Hi guys, shaking in again. My video title today says, on Saturday, I will redo a hard time that I had last year. And I want to explain a bit to you first. When I first started using the Villain Ball at the beginning of the year, I basically said to Carolina and Mantis from Villamed that, what am I going to do now? Years of stop shaking in. This isn't right. Like, this wasn't supposed to happen. I still had a lot more that I wanted to do yet. This wasn't supposed to happen for me. And it did. And while I was on my journey with the Villain Ball, you saw how nervous I was putting the videos out because I didn't feel right every week. Still putting videos out and not being able to have the feelings of ET and talk about ET anymore. I also realised over all that time there was so much more I wanted to do. There were still things I hadn't done for you yet, and to showcase ET at its worst and at its best. I did go out in public once and eat at the pub bistro down here in our local town by myself. And that was the only time I sort of took you out in public, because I don't know what's going to happen in public. But then again, that's what my page is about, showcasing ET at its best, really. So when I decided to stop using the Villain Ball, I mean, this is also a test for people that the Villain Ball is working for. If you do stop using it, your tremors will eventually come back. It's been nearly 14 weeks now that I've given up the Villain Ball, and my tremors are back. There's no denying that. I have the full body, I have the internals back, I have the head tremor back, the voice is starting again. The hands are off the charts at a lot of times. But as I've said before, you know, this was a normal way of life. Now I'm getting used to it again. But I'll still always... It was funny because while I was using the Villain Ball, I wasn't remembering how I felt with ET anymore. But now that my tremors are back, I can still remember how wonderful the Villain Ball worked for me. Now, I was thinking about, you know, I've got to start doing things. I've got to start doing the big things that I always put off over these last few years of doing Shaking In. And it came to me. This Saturday, there is the event in our hometown that if you watched me constantly last year, I did tell you about this event. My video last year was titled, Forget About ET for 1 minute and the next 15 minutes were hell. And what happened was I went down to this event where they have like the food trucks and little stalls and everything. It's the light up Illuminat. So they have the light ups on the house, on the buildings in our town. Last year in the afternoon, I went down there. Not many people were there yet because it sort of happens in the night time more. Went down the afternoon, grabbed a coffee and a filler spud, the potatoes with the bacon and cheese and sour cream in it. I had a hard time carrying it back, and there were people staring at me the whole time. It was because I'd forgot about how hard it was going to be able to pick up these things for 1 second. It turned into hell. So this same event is happening this Saturday. It's a yearly event. So I have asked one of my daughters to come with me and video me. So this one, being live, anything could happen. And also out in public, but this is one that I want to showcase to you. I talked about it last year. I want her to sort of be away from me a bit and video me. I'll have my microphone. Hopefully that will work into the video still. And it will be interesting to show you from a bystander's point of view, watching what I do at this event. I will buy the coffee, I will buy the Philip spud again, I will sit down where I sat last year and I will eat it the same position and be able to show how difficult it is and how hard it gets. Now these are things I wanted to do, but I was never game enough to, but now I have this second chance of putting it out there. This time around, I'm going to put a lot more out there. I'm going to do a lot more in public. I'm going to show how our tremors can get with little things that happen. Like just then, Reggie was out there howling. I know you can hear it. I don't want it to interrupt the video. My tremors started to kick in a bit more then. Little things like that set us off. And hopefully this will show you. So on Saturday, about the same time as this now, that it will show on your, wherever you are around the world, it will tell you what time this video was made. It will be around the same time. It is now Tuesday at 2 p.m. here in Sydney, Australia. I will make this video on Saturday. It will be live to you again, so anything can happen. This has always been why I've made my videos live. I don't record any of them, because if I record any of them, the other night I tried to record one for you. Now, another thing I haven't shown you, which is a controversial conversation with ETs, and I really don't like talking about it, is alcohol and ET. For my birthday and for Christmas each year, I do have that first 2 drinks with you to show you that halfway through that second bottle, I can then pick it up one hand to my mouth. I've never showed you the after effects of it. The other night, Shane and I had gone out for dinner, and I came home and I thought, look at this, my hands, they took it all away. They took more away than what the villain ball could, but it doesn't, please, no, it doesn't last. It's not our cure. Within an hour and a half later, they were back full on, big time. Please don't. But I recorded that video. It took me 35 takes, and I still don't know whether I will post it. This is why I always do it live, because I've got to get it out there. I've got to say it. It's from the heart. And, you know, there's a lot of things that I can still show for ETs. That's just one I don't know whether I should ever show, because it's not our answer. But my birthday is coming up next month. Now, the last few years, for September, I have had a challenge yourself for the month of September. But this year, I've had so much going on, I haven't been able to put it out there. So I'm going to talk about this more next week. But for the month of October, being my birthday month, would you all join with me to challenge yourself? A gift from me to you. Challenge yourself with something you haven't done for a long time, you've given up, or you've never wanted to try because of your tremors. Try it for me. Challenge yourself. I will talk about this more next week. But please, for the month of October, think about how you can challenge yourself. I'm telling you now, you will be quite surprised when you work out your way to do what you want to do. I love you all, guys. I will see you on Saturday afternoon. Who knows what could happen, but this is ET out in public at its best. It will be. So hopefully I will see you then. If not, take care, stay safe. I know you will watch it replay most probably. Lots of love to you all. And I will see you all again. If not Saturday, I will see you all again next Tuesday. Bye for now, guys.